Audio. Yep, now we got it.
Wunderbar.
Don't know what happens. Apparently, every time we start the show, I have to go to the device and then select the wavelength stream now.
Weird.
Or whatever.
Shout out to Lily. Thank you for the audio tip. Legend.
Yeah, I totally just found that out myself. I just looked down here and
Don't worry. You have not missed anything movie, TV show, or WWE. We've just been talking
like
about
the
time
conversation we just had, by the way.
I know. I like it too. And you know what? The podcast listeners are going to really enjoy it.
I think it's a
they're
really
gonna enjoy
great
it
way
over
to
on-
start the episode now. Whoever intros has to come bring in a question. That's
There you
what
go,
we
Chris.
do.
There's
now.
your
like that.
context as to why
La-
we
if you
suddenly
miss-
started talking about time travel.
If you missed
I liked
last
it.
week,
I liked it.
if you missed last week, we spoke about hot cross buns and Easter eggs.
Very
Christian,
topical.
Quickly,
Very
because you weren't here
topical.
last
You
week,
know what?
do you have a favorite hot cross bun?
I'm not that into hot cross buns, but I will say mocha is probably up there.
There's a mocha hot cross bun.
Oh yeah. So back in the Coles
That
days,
just
when I was
coffee
a
and
humble,
chocolate.
yeah, when I was a humble Coles worker, during
used to
Easter they
sustain
would
you?
overproduce. Yeah, they would overproduce hot cross buns, and you basically could take home an unlimited amount for free. So the break room, they had all the tables together, and they were stacked like four levels of hot cross buns, all the flavors. Anyone could take as much as they wanted. So I lived off these things.
God damn.
After you said you didn't like the hot cross, you don't really like hot
Yeah,
cross buns.
why do you think I don't like them anymore, Alex? I
I
had all the
You're
hot cross buns a man
overexposed.
could eat.
I think what we really brought out was that apple cinnamon hot cross buns slap.
Yes.
That
I
was
can
anyway.
concur that I did get some,
Oh,
post
Michael
podcast.
partooketh.
and I can vouch that they are very good.
Michael liketh.
Michael, like
He giveth and he taketh.
Because you mentioned time travel, I want to ask, what's your favorite time travel movie? But I should have saved that for next episode. But now I've said it
No.
now.
I like this.
Well, I mean, it's
But
on the
can I
topic
just say,
of time travel.
I
At
enjoy
least
this
it's topic
form.
now.
I enjoy this form of podcasting where we just have a tangent and then someone will ask another question and they've got another tangent. This is
And we
so
just
much
keep
more
going.
fun.
In
Yes.
terms of like weeks where we're super stressed out about trying to talk about all the things we need to talk about,
Fuck, we
This
don't need
week
to talk
it's
about all
kinda
the fucking things. I mean,
just about Invincible.
if we don't talk about
Mm.
bloody the newest episode of some whatever the fuck Prime decide to release that week, I'm okay. Unless there's Invincible, we have to talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. We pick up
Case in point, I wasn't I wasn't referencing Invincible at all there. I just hit me halfway through that. Invincible, it's very
it
topical.
sounded like you're saying
It's
Invincible.
extremely invincible.
Yeah.
Favorite time travel movie, Chris? I mean,
Yeah, there's an obvious one.
should we bar the obvious goat?
No, if it's your favorite, you
Indiana
say-
Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
yeah, the obvious goat.
I was gonna
Look,
say, yeah.
you say it, and then you could also give an honorable mention just because that one's so obvious.
I mean, it's Back to the Future.
yeah, same.
It's like,
Yeah, I think that's definitely up the top.
but time travel. What other movie? Oh, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Bill and Ted's
Absolutely.
there.
Oh,
Yep.
Time Cops.
Bill and Ted. Oh fuck! What else? What other movies really? What? How big is the genre of time travel?
I'm
I was gonna say,
Avengers
my word association just went off, and I just went, "Oh yeah, In Time with Justin
Nope.
Timberlake." And I was like, "Wait,
Nope.
no,
You see-
that's not time travel."
You see, when you search up time travel movies, you get stuff with like Interstellar pops up. You
I
get
yeah, it's not
Edge
really
of
a
Tomorrow.
time
You get
travel
Edge of
movie.
Tomorrow pop up.
Edge
An
of
idiot
Tomorrow's
would
time
call
travel.
Interstellar a time travel movie.
Oh, is Edge of Tomorrow time travel?
non-intellectual.
Is Edge of Tomorrow? Looper's
Looper's
up there.
a good one.
Looper's a
good.
time travel movie.
Is Looper? No, sorry, not Looper. Is
Edge of Tomorrow.
Is Edge of Tomorrow's time loop? I think.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
stuck in a time loop.
Yeah.
Terminator.
It's like same with Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day and
all
Palm
the
Springs.
Similar.
Terminator and Terminator 2.
Yeah, they count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, if we're barring Back to the
Flash.
Future, I would say the very self-contained Guy Pearce movie known as Time Machine.
I've not partaken.
It's in the title.
It's a good little one. It's a good little film.
Harry Potter.
really
and
wanna
Prisoner of
know-
Azkaban is.
Oh, I just got
Mm.
spoiled for a film from 2016 that I've never seen.
There you go.
Nice.
Arrival.
Oh yeah, Arrival.
Yeah, I
yeah,
did not know
here's-
that.
Here's one
It's
that I
kind
watched
of-
a lot.
That's
as a
not-
kid,
it-
as a
Arrival's-
DVD.
It's kind of a time travel
No,
film. Not
yeah,
really.
it is. No
Okay.
one moves through time. They just
Time's
proceed-
involved.
They just
Okay.
perceive time, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
Avengers Endgame.
Well, I mean, it's an oldie but a goodie. Planet of the Apes.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Oh,
original
OG
one. That
Planet
was
of the Apes.
that
yes,
was the twist.
They do travel forward in time. That was the twist.
Because that's the big twist, the big reveal.
It was Earth the whole time.
I've never seen the
have the,
original Planet of the Apes.
No.
Yeah,
And that's Charlton
It's-
Charlton
it's
Heston.
a classic. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a good.
it's
He's a
the
good.
Hess
He's
man.
a good one.
Look,
X-Men
2001's
Days of Future
Black
Past.
Knight, if anyone saw that.
I haven't seen the Black Knight. Oh,
Guy
Army,
from the
Army
Hood
of
goes
Darkness.
back to medieval times.
Yes, I watched that movie way too much as a kid for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Is up there. Men in
Right.
Black 3.
I did not watch that.
Oh,
I did not
he
watch that
does.
particular feature.
He
I
sees
like
the
Men in
young-
Black 3.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. I was thinking of the Chris Hemsworth one. I didn't.
Oh
watch
no,
that
Men in
one.
Black 3
No,
with
no.
Will
Men in Black
Smith.
3, yeah, where he does go back and it's
Yeah.
young. Who was it that they got to play?
Will Smith and the other one.
Thanos.
Yes, Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Yes, that was good.
Um,
Yeah, no, I did like that one.
Shrek Forever
Yeah, I'll
After.
say- We're missing the best
There's
one
there's a
because
time
he
machine. Shrek
uses
movie?
a car as
well-
a time machine. Good old Austin Powers.
Oh,
the Spanish
yeah.
Acme.
Austin Powers.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
baby.
man.
Just a
that
note
film.
on Shrek for Chris, because I heard he was, and also there's an obvious one we're missing, which I will mention. But Shrek, yeah, in Shrek 4, Shrek makes a deal with Rumpelstiltskin to go back to life, to have life if he never met Fiona. He has to go back, and it's a whole thing.
Is that
Okay, is
the
that a time travel
Planet
movie
Shrek scene that I've
Or
seen?
I'm not too sure, but
is that a multiversal thing?
Michael, there is 2 movies.
There's the obvious one, which of course Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yes,
That is time travel.
100%.
There's time travel in the movie.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
In the
Yes.
title.
Yes, good movie.
Yeah. Meet the Robinsons.
yeah.
Yes.
Is
Meet the Robinsons.
yeah. Do we?
That's oh man, I've
Come-
been hitting the feels.
yeah. It's there.
I know,
Why's
right?
that dog-
Little
why's that dog
Little
wearing
Wonders
glasses?
has just started playing in my head.
Why is that dog wearing glasses? Because he can't afford contacts.
Can we
My
include
favorite
Click?
line.
Do we get to include Click?
Click. I mean, yeah, Click is a time travel movie. It is very yeah.
Oh,
it is-
Chris-
I'm an angel. I'm an angel of death. Yeah.
goddamn.
It-
Yeah,
this
Click
is
is
a
100% a
beyond.
time travel movie.
X-Men Days of Future Past.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that slaps.
Butterfly Effect.
Now,
I don't know. I'm just.
Butterfly Effect, sure. I think we've named every time travel movie now.
I think we have. We haven't said what's your favorite. We've said them all. But yeah,
Well, I mean, now that you've said it, Meet the Robinsons is definitely up there.
Meet the Robinsons is one of the best. It'll make you cry. It'll make
that
you
is a-
feel
that is a-
things.
It'll make you feel.
Powerful movie.
There's got to be more.
Man, the little frogs. Oh man,
Yep, the frogs that dance and
the T-Rex with his tiny arms.
There's that one where that Chris Pratt, he goes back in time or something because of the war in the future. And
that
it's
the
called
Tomorrow
The
War?
Future War. Yeah, that's it. You
Uh,
haven't seen it. Looks awful.
Star Trek First Contact.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, I thought I'd get him.
A few Star Treks, actually.
There we go.
Yeah. There's First Contact, and then there's also the older, because that's a next gen movie, but the original Star Trek, they go back to Earth to get whales.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
they're
Spock
the
swings
whales.
Spock swims with the whales. There's that one.
Weird.
Right.
And I mean the newer Star Trek films, technically, kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. There's a time warp involved.
Let's do the time warp again.
Ah, Rocky Horror Picture Show then.
Ah, yes. How could we forget?
Love it.
I like a picture show that is. I don't know. I fucking don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway,
Hmm.
Butterfly Effect though, with
Yeah,
with
that's an interesting one.
Ashton Kutcher.
I never watched Butterfly Effect, and I always
about
mix it up. I always think of the cover of Silence of the Lambs when I'm thinking of the Butterfly Effect.
That's fair.
That was one
'Cause
of
I
the
just-
movies that I've
Concept.
seen. I've seen whatever version they played of it on TV.
Ah, okay.
Um,
So it might be a bit different.
Mm.
Yeah, I just
Hmm.
I just remember a very sweaty Ashton Kutcher.
That's most of the film, actually. And then at
Most
one point
things
he has
starring
no
Ashton
arms or
Kutcher.
legs, and it's a bit fucked.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
That's, oof.
Wow.
Mm.
Ashton
Goddamn.
There you go.
gets some arms and legs. Gets
I
up,
think
gets
he
up.
might get out of that one eventually.
We find out. Have to watch the butterfly effect.
The
Find out.
butterfly effect.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I think that's all of them.
I think we've done it. I think we've
Ever.
completed time
Ever.
travel.
I think we
If
I
we've
think we
ticked the
achieved
boxes,
time travel movies. We ticked the box on time travel movies. We can discuss
There is a now.
another
If we're talking about
subgenre of films.
time travel shows,
Doctor Who.
Oh
well,
yeah, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, but also there's this really nice, really good 3-season show called Future Man with Josh Hutcherson.
Oh, really?
It's good.
Thing.
It's good.
Okay.
I think people should watch Future Man.
There's Time Team. It's a
I
good
think
one.
we're grasping at the straws here, team.
Alex, this Future Man does not look good.
It is good. It's great. So
Okay.
look at the reviews and then tell me it doesn't look good.
Okay. The Rotten Tomato score is quite high.
Yeah.
Would we class Futurama?
Of course, it's in this high.
There's
Well, yeah,
definitely time travel in Futurama.
The dog.
Oh, stop it.
The dog. I can't remember.
Brayden,
the dog's
shut
name.
up.
I mean, he doesn't
Stop it.
travel through time, but he does travel into our hearts.
Time travels through.
Oh, bless.
Christian, there's a TV show I want to ask if you've seen because I've been meaning to watch it and I just haven't watched it yet. Have you watched Shogun?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
I want to watch
Because
it.
it seems like
I've been
everyone I
wanting to
know
watch
is
that as
talking
well.
about it.
I was getting quite excited for it because I thought it looked like it was like Japanese produced, but it's not. But they are involved, so
Although I did hear something because obviously it was written like by like
the Japanese are involved.
they're involved in the production. But it's
And
not.
that's got Chris in. That's all
Apparently
Chris
the-
needs.
Because I was like, oh, if it's
That's all
produced
Chris
in
did. Apparently the
Japan,
first-
it'll be good.
Right.
The first 2 episodes I felt from what I heard were very Japanese heavy. So what they did is they like sent the script to some
White
Japanese people
Oh,
just
no, the
to
other way.
translate it just properly, and then they got someone to go over it again and retranslate that to how they would say it for the time period,
Wow.
and then
That's cool.
someone translated it back to English for the subtitles. But so the Japanese is meant to be like accurate to the era as well, not just
That's cool.
it's in Japanese.
That is very cool.
I want to watch
That's
it.
So
the
there
other
has
thing-
been thought behind it.
The
Oh.
other thing I've heard about the language as well is that all the English spoken in it is actually in world they're speaking Portuguese, or I think it's Portuguese, and then, but through the magic of the show, we then hear it as English, but Japanese is always spoken as Japanese. It's very interesting. I like when movies do that. I think it was Prey that did that recently.
Because they had the which indigenous tribe
Yeah,
were
they had the Native American language that they were speaking as English, and then there was the
who was
French
it?
colonizers speaking French, and they didn't give them subtitles, which was great. Oh no, they did, didn't they?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Prey was a good movie.
Oh, it's Comanche. They had actual Comanche.
Yes, that's the one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do like when they do that sort of stuff because it's a good way to. Obviously, it would be cool if they just did the entire film in that language and gave it English subtitles, but it's like it's the not just easy way out. It's the like you're trying.
Yeah, having a go.
But I've heard that Shogun's very good, so it is on the list.
Oh yeah, I
Would
would
like to get around
watch
to it.
Yeah, I'll get to it eventually. Too.
I am just knee deep in Shameless at the moment. I'm trying to.
Oh, he's shameless about
trying
Shameless.
I would
do
like
it.
to watch Shameless.
It is. I'm nearly at the
Ah.
end of season 4.
Segue.
It's always good when you announce a segue.
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Segue.
Segue incoming. Actor from Shameless that plays a certain Jedi in a game that I've been playing.
Oh, yes. Ian from
Um,
Shameless.
Cameron Montague.
Yes, and I've been playing Jedi Fallen Order, the first one.
With the first one.
That one.
Yes, that one, and I've been
Nice.
loving it. It's open right now.
It's
looking
real
at-
good.
looking at the
It's
boy.
good fun.
Yeah, really fun. And I, for the life of me, couldn't work out who the actor was because he looked so familiar. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, yeah, it's Shameless. Okay, I've seen some clips
It's
of
a
that.
Joker.
Then I
He is
also
the
realized
Joker.
that he's in Malcolm in the Middle when he's a child. And
Whoa, really?
He's Dewey's unhinged friend.
He's also in Click.
Ah. Wait, really?
Oh, he's the across
didn't
the
know he was
road
a
kid.
Yeah,
the,
he's
the
the-
neighbor's kid.
He's the asshole kid.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my
In-
god.
In Malcolm in the Middle, he's the special needs kid called Chaz, who's Dewey's friends with.
Oh my god.
Have you seen that Frankie Muniz is on the Australian I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here? And,
Yes.
Is he?
and he's the only celebrity on that show.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
my parents had it on and I was like, "Oh, who's on this one?" And they're like, "Frankie Muniz?" And I was like,
Malcolm.
"Yeah,
Have
who,
you-
who else?"
He's the only interesting part of the show because
I bet he is.
he's being super honest about his life as like a child actor and everything.
Mm.
Like he's one of the ones that made it out.
He's just down to earth and
He's
he's
a good
just
guy.
He's never had drugs or
Okay.
alcohol.
He's
Good
been
for
in a
him.
band. He's been in a metal band. He's been a race car driver.
Yeah, he still is a race car driver.
Mm.
He keeps talking about how that's the thing he loves doing so much.
There's a wholesome clip where he surprises Bryan Cranston when
At the
they're sitting
vodka
down at
signing?
like they're sitting down with the other Malcolm.
That's
And-
you just flashed me to the Always Sunny episode now.
yeah.
You got
Malcolm's on top.
We got
And
little-
yeah, you
little
just see
Malcolm.
Bryan Cranston's eyes light up as soon as he recognizes him. It's really wholesome.
That's great.
Like they have a solid hug, and it's like a good hug.
Aw.
Yeah.
Man, what's Bryan Cranston been in recently? Has he been in anything good?
Yeah, but he's in everything. He was in Argyle.
He sneaks into things now.
Fucking, I forgot about Argyle.
I haven't watched Argyle, but
Oh,
I
is it,
haven't
it must be
either.
available to watch for free now, surely.
well, define free.
I wouldn't recommend people pay for it.
define free.
But you have to pay for the streaming service, I guess. It's not really.
No, you
Yeah,
don't. No,
yeah,
you
that's
don't.
what-
It's not on Apple TV yet to just watch if you
really?
have the service. You have to buy it on Apple TV for the low price of $30.
Jesus. That's crazy.
And I know
Um,
because last night I caved and bought something else for $30.
And what was that, Alex?
I bought The Dry 2, Force of Nature,
Oh,
also called
okay.
Oh,
sequel to The Dry, called Force of Nature, comma
Yeah.
The Dry 2.
Eric Banner's baby.
Yeah, Eric
was that?
Banner. Well, I love The Dry one. I think the dry one.
You love the dry.
Yeah, I love The Dry. I'm
Hates getting wet.
a big fan. I thought it was a great Australian whodunit murder mystery detective solving Aaron Falk, who is played by Eric Banner. He comes into town. He comes into his childhood town where he grew up, and he comes in, and all these people that don't trust him because something that happened all those years ago. And you get a really great like movie where it's telling two stories of what happened to him all these years ago, and then what he's trying to investigate now, and they intertwine really well. And it was a really great movie. And they said, hey, then let's adapt the second book in the series called Force of Nature, and it sucks. Well, it doesn't suck, but it's bad.
Okay.
That's not-
Things why the movie sucks. One, and I went back and read. I read the synopsis and like the bullet points of the book because I'm like, where did we go wrong?
Mhm.
And the things in the film that I liked the most were the things not in the book. So
mm.
so yeah, in this one we've got Aaron Falk, and he's back, and they've got this whistleblower for this big corporation who's gonna give him all this information, and he's pushing her really hard to get all this information, and then she goes on like a company retreat, and they all go like hiking in the forest in nature, and then this group of women all get lost for a few days, and they all come back except for the whistleblower.
Dun,
Mm.
dun.
Dun, dun.
Bum, bum,
And
bum,
it-
dum.
And the mystery just never is interesting.
Oh,
They
it just
have
kind of there's nothing really going on.
well,
or-
and because we get a lot of it's him going around talking to the women who came out, and then a lot of flashbacks to what they experienced.
Mm.
And then what else happens? And then there's also more flashbacks to a series of flashbacks of him, his dad, and his mum hiking in the same woods. But his mum gets lost in the woods, and him and his dad are looking for his mum. And that wasn't in the book apparently, and so it kind of just seemed like they wanted to do flashbacks again, to him as a
Okay.
young person, which really confused me because I don't know where it fits in with the Dry because his mum was never in the Dry. So yeah, so we're trying to work that out. And the acting isn't great but from a few of the characters. Hugh Jackman's ex-wife is in the film. Now ex-wife. Is in the film, and before I knew who she was one of the ones I pointed out as a bad actress in the film.
Which is obviously quite famous as you've introduced her as Hugh Jackman's ex-wife.
Yeah.
Which probably has a name.
Yeah, probably.
She'll be on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here in no time. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so look, it's just there's some really illogical things. There's some poor writing. I like Eric Bana because I love Eric Bana, and I would watch. I want him to make a third one, adapt the third book, because I want another shot of Aaron Falk walking around investigating things. He could be Australia's Hercule Poirot or
Okay.
Benoit Blanc. He could be Australian's that, but
the pronunciation of both of those names was wild.
Everyone knew exactly who I was.
I knew what you
about.
meant. I knew what you meant.
Yeah. And it was just very disappointing coming out after the Dry was very good, and this one hurt, and I had to buy
Australian
it.
cinema.
Had to buy it
Win some,
because
you
it's
lose some.
Australian, and no sites had a copy of this movie unless you
Yep.
purchase it here.
It'll be on Stan in a year.
So that made me sad.
Eric
It's
Bana.
very Stan energy.
Eric Bana always just reminds me of The Castle.
I love Eric Bana.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Eric Bana is my favorite Australian actor.
Is he your favorite Hulk?
Of course not. It's always going to be Edward
Well.
Norton.
Oh, bless. Sorry, Mark.
Nah, look, it was just disappointing, eh?
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh
I saw Dune Part 2 again. It was good.
yeah, that's good. We
My
enjoyed.
pa
Dune
enjoyed it. My pa
Yep.
loved it.
It's a
good fun.
great one on the second watch because
I
just
got what
enjoyed the
you
big
said,
scenes.
like what you said on your second watch. Like getting to sit there and really just really mull over like the deeper like politics and like the overarching what's going on.
yeah,
I haven't
It
seen
was
it
definitely a lot
fully
easier to
for a
pass.
second time.
Understanding everything that the Bene Gesserit are doing and everything was
and just enjoying the big action sequences and being like, whoa.
being able to just take in all of it again. Like, it was great.
Dude.
Excellent film. I want to give a quick shout out to a show which is back for its they're 3 or 4 episodes into their 6th season, which is awesome. Over on Dropout, formerly College Humor, their game show Game Changer is back. They've had some excellent episodes so far for season 6. I highly recommend people check it out. It's on their small self-owned streaming service that they do. They also have some free episodes up on YouTube. I highly recommend people checking them out. They're very, very, very funny people, and all the games they end up playing are great. They play a version of Sam Says, which is just insanity. And you're trying to keep track of everything as the players are also trying to keep track of everything that they have to follow and do. And it just becomes like craziness, and it just breaks them by the end of it. But it's so funny. And yeah, they're just doing great stuff over there. Over at Dropout, they've got a bunch of shows. They've got some new stuff coming up as well. One of which is like when people do the presentation nights, when people get a PowerPoint presentation.
Mm-hmm.
People were doing that over the last couple of years. They're basically doing a show which is basically just that. which is like it's like something smart people, something like that. But the trailer for that's out, which is pretty good. There's also a new trailer for Doctor Who, which I haven't watched yet. Well, there was a new trailer from last week. There's a new trailer, and I haven't watched that one yet. But I'm very excited for Doctor Who to come back. So
Cool.
those are the only things I really wanted to mention. Other than I plan on for the rest of this week catching up on the sort of like main fun things that have been happening in WWE before WrestleMania this weekend.
They're still doing stuff. There's not really nothing new to talk about. WrestleMania's this weekend.
It's still just build up. But I did see a great clip on Instagram today of Drew McIntyre doing a bit like with like a coffin, like giving a eulogy at a funeral.
Yeah.
And he really slams Seth Rollins in that, and it's very funny, like judging him for basing his entire personality on Jared Leto's Joker. It's very funny. It's a good time, and I'm looking forward to the fun ensuing this weekend. Unfortunately, I will be busy and don't get to watch it live with you guys.
There we go. WrestleMania this weekend. Tune in live if you have anything it's on.
If you're so inclined.
Christian will be watching it live.
I like
Wait,
Chris.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I thought you. Sorry, I thought you said, "Yeah, I'll be asleep," and I thought that was
That's
very
also
funny.
what I thought he said.
And I was like, "That's very funny," because of how
It's also
how deadpan that was.
it's also at 11 a.m. on a Sunday.
It could be asleep.
Yeah.
Could be asleep.
Maybe, maybe not. You never know.
Just have a rowdy one Saturday night, so you don't have to worry about WrestleMania.
We can have a rowdy one.
Well, there you go.
Getting ready.
I don't think he's going to row about WrestleMania anyway.
Yeah. No, I'll be like, guys,
true.
I got to turn in. WrestleMania tomorrow. Big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Big day.
Oh,
Watch
guys.
out.
7 p.m. guys, I
and-
really got to go prepare myself.
And guys, write me off for Monday because they've made it 2 nights now, and Monday's
Yeah.
also off. And then while
I
we're
need
there,
48 hours free.
and while I'm there, I'll book off Tuesday because I'm going to be coming down from the WrestleMania high.
Yeah, he'll be coming down from it and avoiding the show.
Yeah.
I assume we could expect.
And
Chris
Tuesday's
having a
going
night off.
Tuesday's going to be
next
Raw
Tuesday.
after Mania anyway, so I'll be watching that just to see.
Yep. So just direct WWE.
And you know what?
Company
We're at
reigns.
Tuesday. Why not just extend it through to through to
The next SmackDown. Yep.
Yeah.
SmackDown?
Just
What can I
Go
say?
for
You
it.
know me so well.
that's it. Chris hard hitting on the good old ringside mat.
So I started reading Dune, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
How you finding
I
it?
started reading Dune. Look, I 100%. If you have not consumed any Dune content before, you fucking it throws you in.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one. All the terminology and everything they do is just like bang.
Is it better because you've seen the movies?
100%. I know what they're talking about half the time. There's only some things I don't know. I'm like, I wonder
100%.
what that is. But and the book, the start of the book is the first chapter of the book is him doing the what do they
Test.
call it? The test.
The box.
The Gom Jabbar.
Gom Jabbar. That's the opening of the film. The book. So that I thought that was interesting.
That's a pretty strong opening to a book.
Yeah.
Do they? Because the 80s movies has a lot more of like Paul watching his movies and learning about like the old.
Yeah, more of
Machinist-
that.
The Machinist
The old
War.
film books.
the
Yeah,
war
a lot more
up
of
against
him.
The thinking machines.
A
and,
lot
like, the,
more of him researching Arrakis, but also the history and like
the
even the
Spacing
history.
Guild
Yeah,
and the Bene Gesserit Guild and yeah. Awesome. War.
I am surprised that, like, of all the things to end up ending on the cutting room floor of the script for adapting Dune into these films recently, like, kind of just glazing over the completely bonkers sci-fi history of how we ended up in this current setting.
but
of
I mean,
events.
you can't dwell on it because the
Mm.
movie's not about that.
Yeah, it's like it's too much to go into.
I mean, we didn't get to see any guild navigators which is
We
the
did.
only shit
You
part.
do, but it's
We-
only briefly
we
when
do
they
in the
sign
first
the paper.
movie.
They've got helmets on.
Yeah.
We don't get to
They've
see
got,
You don't see
they've
what
got
they
their
look
little,
like,
they've
they
got
just-
their little spice helmets on.
In the 80s movie, they look like whale creatures in tanks. All right. And they fly through the air spitting space dust.
I understand why Denis Villeneuve didn't want to put that into
Who's that?
the film.
Disney Villeneuve? Who?
Disney.
Disney Villa who?
Denis Villeneuve.
Why he decided to get rid of the space
Wales.
lip whales.
Yeah, and also
Cosmos.
a toddler killing the Baron, running around killing people.
Hey, his sister goes hard.
Hey, when
I
she's
mean,
Anya Taylor-Joy, she will go hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had that one line.
I don't remember it.
you. I love you, Paul. She says.
I love you, Paul.
Oh, is that it?
Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Big eyes.
That's our girl. It's our girl. She's good at chess and she's good at bringing
She's
her
good at
apples.
ordering cheeseburgers.
She is in 2 films this year which are basically purely set in deserts but have moments that aren't set in deserts. Because she is in Furiosa.
Oh, of course. She is.
Which the trailer played before Dune Part 2, and it was just like feels like it's foreshadowing Dune Part 2.
There we go. Lots of orange in both those films.
That's it.
Those golden sandy dudes.
All right. Let's talk about Invincible Season 2, Episode 7. Because man, this show just like it just continues to hit you in the feels, hey.
You're gonna regret in about 20 years when they release season 6. You're gonna regret what you've done to the thumbnail.
Am I?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're not gonna like her.
You're gonna
no.
regret it.
Looks like mummy.
Why? She's great.
She's hot. But she's a woman.
I can't say it
She's-
because if they do adapt it, you can't. Like, I'm not even sure they're going to adapt it because it's fucking hectic.
Is it that bad?
Pretty bad.
It gets bad, doesn't it?
Okay.
Pretty bad.
If we can go to the start of this episode, it's my favorite Invincible pun opening with all
Oh my
the
God.
guy like the
Oh,
collective group
cosplayers.
dressed
Oh
up.
my god!
And they all say it
Comic-Con
together.
Sequence was perfect.
We're all invincible.
That's
my
that
God.
No,
joke's-
no, you gotta love the.
they modified the
the,
joke from the comic. Because
they?
in the comic they're making it, when he's talking to the illustrator, it's about
It's about comic panels.
yeah
And how it's a classic. I knew the comic panel before, and then when that scene popped up, I was like, "Oh, that's that moment."
That was
I
I
remember."
was
Yeah.
I did have a little chuckle at that scene where they were doing everything that he said.
Oh,
Yeah,
but how
and like you
they-
could see the quality of the animation like lower in the still.
Adapting that joke from the comic into animation, they did that perfectly.
It was a fourth wall break, but it was very natural and
Oh.
very it was good.
It was they did such a good job with that, because that comic panel is hilarious because like Alex is about to find it and bring it up.
fucking if
but-
I can. I don't know where it is in the first volume.
So basically, in the comic, it's about how artists will use the same panel drawing and just put it across with a different speech bubble saying a different thing, and they'll just reuse that same piece of art to get through a conversation. And it's so funny, and they do a great job of, because Invincible was commentary on superhero comics, and now Invincible, the animated series, is commentary on superhero media, because it's become so much more than just comics at this point. But it also manages to be one of the best of that piece of media, which is very impressive to walk that line. But yeah, man, their relationship was not gonna make it, and it was sad to watch. And
But it gave you hope at the start of that episode. They
I
really gave you the
loved-
hope again.
I'm not gonna bother finding it, but
I loved watching their relationship end. I loved
Okay,
it.
Chris.
I hate
Wow.
Amber.
whoa,
I hate her so much.
Damn, what'd she do to
Why
you?
is that? Can we please let's please assess this, Chris? What has she done to you?
All right, she's been whinging and playing this playing this thing of, oh, like, I like you and I want to be with you, but you're a superhero and that could be an issue. And then she's like, she keeps saying she's okay with it, even though clearly they're not
She's
okay.
not.
And she keeps saying it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. No, I can do it. It's okay. And then she's finally faced with the reality of what it's like to date a superhero.
And she crumbles.
And then she has a little cry and she crumbles. And it's like, yeah,
Chris,
well, this is what you've been asking
She
for
had
the
a
entire time.
Viltrumite grab her by the back of the neck and threaten to murder her.
Yes.
It's
I feel like
Chris,
I
this
would
kinda
also
feels like
crumble.
Victim blaming.
No,
I'm
I'm
a little bit like victim blaming here.
no. I said this to Alex and he made a good point that, like, talking about it and then facing the reality of having as she described it, like an iron
Remember,
vice on her neck.
They're
Yeah.
18.
And I
They
agree.
are 18.
I agree 100%. But so she's been hit with the reality of it and she crumbled. And yeah, I'm happy about that because it's good because she can't handle it. She can't handle it.
I mean,
Now,
it
get
is
out of
also commentary on relationships in all superhero things ever. Like,
Yeah.
this is a really good version of that. Like, we've seen some bad versions of it with your, like, different storylines with your Mary Janes and your Gwen Stacy's and your Lois Lanes
Yeah,
and all that. But, like, how they've adapted it here, and again, Alex saying they're like 18, they're like fresh
Yeah.
out of high school into college, and like, yeah, it felt really believable. And
I'm not downplaying how they did it. Like, it was
It
great and
was-
it's true. Like,
yeah,
that rattled her. But I'm just like, damn straight it rattled you. Like, you've been on the edge about whether this was okay this whole time. Should have enjoyed the time you had.
when she was alone.
Well, it's a lovely
on set.
so we've had
Yeah.
our lovely sympathetic view from Chris.
Yeah, really heartfelt.
This
And
is so much better than what they did with Amber and Mark in the comics that I'm okay with
I'm
with
sure
how
in the
they
comics in the old 2008, it was a bit different.
the comics was more it was this is definitely I don't know what to say. I don't think the comics was like necessary like in terms of like non-PC-ness or what they did there.
Yeah,
They just like provided different things. Like essentially they both cheat on each other in the comics
Oh.
and they call
Like
it
they both
quits.
realize it's crumbling, so they both
They
sort of
both
just-
realize it's crumbling and they both just kind of they both just go let's just call it quits.
Who does Mark
Yeah.
cheat with?
I'm not going to say anything.
Is it Eve?
I mean,
I'm not going to say
Chris,
anything.
you can kind of put 1 and 2 together and kind
It's Monster Girl.
It's immortal, obviously. Obviously, it's immortal.
It's clearly
Oh,
immortal.
It's Monster
immortal.
Girl in the monster form.
Oh,
Oi,
okay. So that's
oi.
better. Is that okay?
I
Is that
don't know,
okay
man.
that way?
Why not?
She's like,
She's like a
28.
monster.
uh,
She's
that's like every anime that's like they're actually 907 years old, but they do look like a child.
So what do we
They're
get?
nice on the,
Riz.
they're nice on the inside, I promise.
So we got a lot
Speaking
of
of Riz, robot making robot monster girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
Robot Monster Girl, yeah.
That was interesting. It's like, okay, well, if he can
Oh,
create like a capable robot version of her, couldn't he just do it for everyone?
Yeah. Oh man, when what's his name? Like basically just called out every single member
Everybody,
of the
yes.
Guardians.
Bulletproof. What's his name?
Oh,
Bulletproof.
Bulletproof, that's it.
He's a
he just
cunt.
literally, he's just,
Is that-
he clearly does, he wants to go on a date with her. She doesn't really want to go on a date with him.
oh man, he just read them all for filth.
Mm.
Just and then yeah, everything going on there was like with the Guardians was like, man, they're in a rough spot as well. But everything with Rexplode was interesting.
Rex is
with
great.
his new Dragon Ball Z cannon that he's got in his hand.
Oh, I loved that.
Oh, that was
That was good.
crazy. But yeah, and then all the stuff with Donald. Oh man,
And William's
Donald's
mate.
the real hero that we all deserve.
And William's friend. What's his name?
Yeah. Oh,
Rick.
Rick.
that was really
Rick.
tough to watch.
Yeah. The
Rick's going
flashback
through
of him
it.
waking up on the operating table.
They,
Yeah,
they
hated
recast
that.
Ezra Miller too.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. He's a bad person.
Yeah, he's not a good.
Yeah.
But Donald, differences from the comics, right?
Oh, major.
But done well.
Yeah, Donald in the comics knew what he was, and
Full
like
stop.
was fully was aware of what he is. Now
Yeah.
we're just like we're getting a lot. Yeah, better Donald.
You've basically over the course of a couple episodes taken Donald from like a very just nothing character to all of a sudden having this really great story arc that
His
then
robot
builds him up
Dilbert.
to now be at a point where he is kind of at where he is in the comics, where he like knows what's going on and is aware of it and everything, but like it's way deeper because of everything that's happened. And like he's so sympathetic and he's just seems so like emotionally intelligent now because of it. Like, oh, Donald, excellent.
I
Oh,
loved
they've-
it. It was just like he was already like a really good character because he's not a superhero, but like he's just it was an honor, sir. Great
Oh.
line when he dies the other time.
I was
And like he's a hero. He's just a hero.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they were gonna do their high school principal's now the dean of his college. Because I was like, that is totally something that they can just not do in the show.
Yeah,
Like-
they could have avoided that entirely.
Yeah.
And then they didn't.
I really liked the conversation that Mark had with his mum.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That kind of
At
sparked
the
him to
back.
be like, you know what? Me and Amber can get, if mum and dad got through it, did this, we can do it.
Yeah. That was the up of the episode when
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, here we go. Let's go, gang. And then it was nice for like a montage, and then shit really hit the fan real quick.
Well, because yes, we have the Viltrumite Anissa interrupt Mark and Amber on their date.
Anissa, I hardly know her.
Yeah, Anissa,
Yeah.
I want to kiss her. Nah,
Yeah, we did.
My God.
That was such a tense scene when she's standing there,
Oh.
hand on Amber, threatening to murder everyone,
And you're just sitting there. You're just sitting there thinking, killer. No.
Chris,
I'm going
Chris,
into the
this
meme
is
now.
coming from a place of
thinking
love.
that.
This is coming from a place of love. I think you need some help.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
But also, it's that thing of the show it's invincible, so she could have just killed everyone in that exact moment. Like,
Oh yeah, they would
the
have done.
tension
it.
was there.
There's I don't think you're safe from anything.
Nothing is
Yeah.
cooler than her busting through that monster, stopping, and all the blood flying off of her.
Like just flying off.
Yeah,
It's a cool shot.
just the instant bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was excellent.
So yeah, look, Mark's got a choice to make.
He does. He's got a bit of a
Say-
predicament.
Anissa made some pretty good points.
Anissa did make good points.
She did.
Like, you really like. Again, it's that thing of okay, do we trust them? Do we actually think that that's everything that they would do? Do we think that they're doing this for the right reasons? All this stuff, but like, that's some pretty good points about like the state of humanity.
True.
Now, I was thinking, we've seen a bit of Unopen history, and they rebelled against the Viltrumites, so they experienced their rule. So it can't all be sunshine and
Well, I mean,
fixing
it
global
is
warming.
Yeah, it is like a. I'm trying to think of what kind of government or
They're oppressive, it would seem.
yeah, an oppressive regime.
what?
And I wouldn't say it's fascistic, but I also wouldn't say that it's like communist or anything. Like,
It's its
I
own
don't-
thing.
yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know what kind of bracket it falls into.
Yeah, and what I love is that Mark refuses even just to get it over with. Like
yeah, even
Cecil's
just a
telling him,
fake
like,
end it.
just say yes. He won't. He's just like, nah, you're not. This is not happening. Like,
Like Cecil liked that.
yeah, Cecil did enjoy that, didn't he?
Yeah.
It
did.
came up in the corner of the screen. Cecil
Yeah.
liked that.
Cecil liked that decision.
But a great Cecil moment was when Donald's like, "Sir, she's leaving the atmosphere. She keeps going," and Cecil's like, "Thank fucking God."
Yeah, like we're fucked.
So relieved.
Because they know they're fucked. If a Viltrumite
Yeah,
rocks
they're-
up, they're done.
That's all.
They
That's
are.
all they got. I mean, okay, and then we obviously get the breakup scene, which is sad.
Well, quickly, just
But-
before that, like it ends with Anissa and Mark, obviously, her squashing his face into the ground.
Hell yeah.
And then she drops that, another will come and he will not find
Yeah.
your resistance as well as me.
Yes.
So get excited.
So I like
Oh,
that
yeah.
you've said that it sounds like she's going to be bad in the future. Because I was like, maybe this, she seemed quite taken by Mark's resistance. I was like, maybe, who knows what's going to happen with her. But it sounds like she's evil. What you said.
She's a Viltrumite, mate. She's
a Viltrumite.
She's a Viltrumite.
But his dad's
Now-
a Viltrumite.
Now, Alex, I do need to ask because again, I haven't read the comics myself. Don't the female Viltrumites also have mustaches?
No,
Or is that a joke?
that's a joke.
Okay.
Female Viltrumites do not have mustaches.
No, okay. I thought that was the thing.
It was a really pressing matter in Braden's head.
I was like, that's interesting. She doesn't have a mustache. What's up with that?
No, they don't. The ladies don't.
There we go. I
Well,
feel
they
like that must have been
Could have a
joke
mustache, but
that
just not visible. I don't know.
Dan told me.
Yeah, their mustache somewhere else.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
Hey,
Wherever your mind took that.
Bless.
Yeah.
Goddamn. But yeah, and then she went back up to their ship, and good old bloody Alan just
Flying
happened to
by.
be
Before we bring that up,
nearby.
the end of the episode, not the post-credit scene,
Yeah.
was Mark's phone
Oh, yes.
ringing from his mum, and it
Yeah.
being Angstrom. And
Oh,
Shit,
yeah.
that's
did
right.
anyone else just get the biggest goosebumps when that happened? When
It took me
all-
like a solid moment to be like, whose voice is it? Whose voice is? Oh,
Yeah, no, it did take a second for the voice to click.
like the
in.
sound cutting out, and like
Yeah.
you just hear his portal going, and you
Yep.
just hear like him. I thought I had biggest goosebumps when that happened.
Yeah.
I don't like Angstrom, and I just want to see what he's about. I want to see what goes on.
Just want to know more about him.
Because his whole thing for hating Mark is backwards. Because Mark was trying to help, and it was a
So
baller
his
twin
whole
that
reason
screwed him.
he hates Mark is that because he gained the knowledge. And I'm pretty sure this was explained.
Of
I think
all the
he gained the knowledge of
gained all the
all-
knowledge of all of his other multiversal versions.
Yeah, and I would
in
say
like 99%.
in
of them.
99% of multiverses, Mark is bad. Mark is
Yeah.
evil. Mark has
That's
killed
true.
many people.
Because that's how we opened. That's how we opened this
Yeah.
season with A.
And it's like our universe that we're watching is an outlier, which is
Yeah, okay.
really interesting.
It's not just the event where the
No, it's
molding
not just that.
together stuffed up and he was mad.
Nah.
Oh, I'm so excited for next episode.
The
How
last
many more do
one.
we have?
This
Oh,
last
is it just
one.
one?
One more.
Oh,
One more.
I know, and I've been waiting for this fucking guy to come back. I've been like,
You're like, come on.
and like, I know deep down in me inside, I know that it's a one episode thing when he comes back.
Yeah.
But I'm just like,
But is it going to be a powerful one episode?
this is his big bad. When's he coming back?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So
But I feel like they've done a really good job of balancing all the other drama and all the other character development stuff that we.
well, we're in the period
have
of
been wanting.
Invincible where Mark's trying to juggle life, a relationship.
He's doing the
and being
Spider-Man
a-
thing.
being a superhero. This is one of the early times where it's really like this.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's I'm glad we didn't return to Villain of the Week. I'm glad we got more to do with Rexplode this season,
Yeah.
especially this last half. Yeah, I feel like Debbie hasn't been around a lot in this last half, and same with
I feel like Debbie
Eve.
really got her like character arc. Like really, they really super duper developed her, and then is now in parent alien child.
I guess
role.
she sort of had her thing of like being angry, and now she's sort of on
Well,
her
they
self
changed-
healing.
maybe
they
hook up with
changed-
her real estate coworker.
they changed Eve quite a bit in this show, especially where we are now. Because at the moment, if we were to parallel from the comics to now,
Yeah.
Eve's hanging out in Africa in a treehouse. living her best life. Like that's what she does after she fucks off from her parents. She goes and lives in Africa and lives in a treehouse, and that's where she stays. She doesn't go back to her parents like she does in the show.
Okay.
Because
Interesting.
while Amber and Mark are together, they go on a vacation to visit Eve at the treehouse, and Eve and Mark have a big conversation. Amber and Eve have a big conversation, kind of like we saw.
Which is what we saw,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
a bit
but-
different.
but different context.
Interesting.
So yeah, I like the changes they're doing from the comic.
By the sounds of it, like again, I feel like it inherently will help your storytelling if you are
Where are we at?
if you've had 10 years to ruminate on something and analyze it and be like, this is how we could really tighten this up, especially when you're changing format to all of a sudden be in an animated series where you both have a lot of time but also not a lot of time for stuff, but compared to a comic it's kind of the same. It's interesting.
Also, we did get Alan
Yeah.
fighting the Village Mites.
Oh,
I only remember that because
can fight now.
him realizing something's
I only remember that because I was looking through it.
Hell yeah.
him realizing something's changed.
Yeah. Oh, he pulls a little sneaky one too. He's
He
like,
has pulled a
oh,
sneaky
you
He's
got
a bit of a
me.
He
cheeky boy,
does.
isn't he, old Alan?
Oh, little Alan.
What's he
Now, I
gonna
did
do?
love that one punch on her made her nose bleed,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and she punched him a few times. He was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a beefy boy now.
Alan's yoked up.
Why, Alan, you've enhanced yourself.
Why, Maureen, you've enhanced yourself.
Sorry, just inside joke there. Never mind.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see Alan's storyline too. Even though I think next episode's gonna be like,
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get an end credits scene, which is going to be something to do. This is again speculation. I have not seen it.
I
have not read the
believe-
comic. I do not know anything about it.
I believe Alan's
think
storyline will be an end credit scene next week, whereas
End
the whole
credit scene-
episode is gonna be Mark and Armstrong.
Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, I feel like we're setting up for season 3 stuff with whatever is happening on that spaceship. I'm very interested to see what happens.
I'm very excited to see where they end it. I feel like I know where they're gonna end it, but I've been wrong before about the show.
I mean, this show does not pull punches, quite literally.
No.
And again, when they're making these big changes to their source material, it's all up in the air. You never know.
It's everyone's favorite character of the season, Rexplode, so far. Is it
Definitely
it's
up
Rexplode
there.
or Alan A? It's one of the
Oh my
two.
god! I mean, the
I
amount
love Alan.
the amount that they completely turned around Rexplode for me. Like I was not a Rexplode fan at the start of this season. Like I was like, he is just
They're just fair.
he's just a shitty little dickhead, and that's his whole character. But now they've really humanized him, and he's gone through like the worst shit, and
Been
has
shot in the
become
head.
a bit more aware of himself as like who he is as a person and how he's acted in the past. Now he's got a fucking Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha out of his hand, which was just badass and great. Yeah, I think we're in for a treat. Oh, that was one of the things I wanted to say with what's her name? Anissa or
Anissa.
yeah. Her fight with the sheer level that she was at, that was where I went, oh, this now feels like a Dragon Ball Z fight. Like it feels like the power level has jumped up significantly.
Well,
And-
they very much kind of make
Yeah.
Omni-Man look like a bitch, don't they?
Oh yeah, now. Oh my gosh. Like we see Omni-Man flying around beating the shit out of things, and then all of a sudden we're just like, man, she feels like she's power level over 9,000 compared to these folks.
Oh yeah.
I really
So I'm
hope
very
that
interested to see
season
where they
3 is very much around the corner.
I mean, they also made the comment about animation taking ages.
Yeah, but they've
and-
been doing this back to back. This is not, and they've announced that the gap's not going to be nowhere near as long as
Oh.
as
Okay.
1 and 2.
Cool,
So,
cool.
Like I
And
said,
you're still calling a
Rexplode.
Rexplode origin.
look at all the stuff they've done within this season. We've got to get a Rexplode origin.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
So very excited to see that and see everyone's reaction to his origins.
Mm.
Interesting. Can't wait. Man, next episode is going to be stacked because we're talking about Invincible finale and all of WrestleMania. And if we manage to go... Anyone want to see Godzilla and Kong? I mean...
I have no time. My
Yeah.
time.
No.
My time.
Like-
No.
No. Yeah.
Thursday gather round starts. So
I've heard... Oh, yeah, gather round. Jesus, oh, God. Work's going to be insane. Or I hope it is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I saw people who I know like those movies, like they went and saw it and they shared online basically like you get to watch Godzilla go Super Saiyan and you get to watch Godzilla suplex Kong.
well, I've heard there's tag team wrestling at the end.
Yeah, that was one of the things. I think it was Polygon did an article where they were like Godzilla Kong, whatever the fuck it's called, is basically a
Times
wrestling.
Kong.
It's WWE wrestling at this point, which is interesting. I kind of want to just see that, but again, like we also have free tickets, so I guess not paying for it, but like paying for it with time. Yeah.
Check out
I
next
don't know.
week where we may have seen Godzilla times Kong. Probably
We
not.
might
Maybe.
have.
Our tickets are for a while, so we might get around to eventually seeing it.
Yeah. Sounds
But
good. Yeah,
next
just
week it's
some other
Invincible
week.
and Mania, and then other things.
Yeah, maybe the following week. We might go do that. Thumbs down. That's it. That's Alex's thoughts on Godzilla Kong.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching episode 242 of MMT Millennium Movie Talk, a movie, TV show, and WWE podcast. Again, next week it's going to be crazy, so that'll be good fun. If you can leave a review on your podcast service of choice, that'd be great. Leave a like or a comment or whatever on YouTube, subscribe, all that jazz. And as always,
I'm Alex,
I'm Braden.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Michael.
and we're out of here. Goodbye, you filthy animals.